Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today's SKKGSB full-time MBA information sessions. My name is Sarangju, and I'm the admission major here at SKKGSB. It's a pleasure to meet all of you this evening. I truly appreciate your interest in our program, and I'm confident that tonight's session will help you gain valuable insights as you explore the right MBA program and university for your goals. If you have any questions during the sessions, feel free to use the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen. We will address as many questions as possible, either publicly or privately. For anything we may not have time to cover, we'll follow up with you via email. And there will be a dedicated Q&A session at the end, so don't hesitate to share your thought or questions then. And tonight, I'm especially excited to share that starting from the 2026 intake, the SKKGSV full-time MBA curriculum will be newly structured with a strong focus on AI and data analytics. Most of our core courses will be centered around these areas, reflecting the growing importance of data-driven decision-making in today's business world. At SKKGSB, we are committed to developing future-ready leaders who not only understand business strategy, but also possess the analytical and technological fluency to harness AI for solving complex challenges, driving innovation, and leading in a rapidly evolving global environment. A more detailed introductions to the new curriculum will be presented soon by the professors, so please stay tuned until the end of today's sessions. Okay, let's get started. Here is today's agenda. Hey, why choose SKKGSB? I'm sure many of you are curious about what makes SKKGSB stand out from other programs. So to help answer the questions, I would like to invite the Faculty Chair of Full-Time MBA, Alexios Gassopoulos, to share more about why SKKGSB is the right choice for your MBA journey.
Thank you, Sarang, and welcome everybody to today's information session about the full-time MBA at SKK GSB. So yes, let's start with the first big question here. Why should you choose SKK GSB? What makes SKK GSB unique? Let's move to the next slide. So as you probably know, since you're here today, SKK GSB's full-time MBA, it is the top MBA in Korea. And it has been the top MBA program in Korea, ranked number one by the Financial Times already for 14 consecutive years. Now, of course, it's important that it is the top program, but it is more important to understand what exactly lies behind that. So what exactly makes SKK GSB's full-time MBA stand out for other options that there are in the country or elsewhere in the world? And what exactly is it that makes us this top program in Korea? So let's delve deeper and see what exactly are the components that make SKK GSB's MBA so exceptional. Next slide, please. So first of all, the MBA program at SKK GSB is truly international. As the slide here says, we pride ourselves of the global DNA, really, of the program of the entire school. So if you come to SKK GSB, what you will see is that in the full-time program, about 50% of the students come from outside Korea. About 50% of the professors also come from outside Korea. Everybody has a PhD from some of the top institutions in the world. And what we do is we bring this global experience and global examples, global cases also to the classroom. So you get to learn from professors that are exceptional in their topics, that have long international careers, and you also get to learn from classmates that come from all over the world, from different cultures, and with very different backgrounds, cultural and professional backgrounds. And on top of that, also at SKK GSB, you have the option to also go and study abroad for a while. And you can go in your second year, you can go either for one semester to one of our many partner schools in Asia, Europe, or in the United States. Or you can even choose to do a dual degree and spend a whole year at one of our partner institutions in the Americas or in Europe and gain another degree from that partner institution of ours. And of course, from the very beginning that you join SKK GSB, you will also get personalized career services from our specialists, career specialists, that will help you to figure out what exactly are your goals and well, calibrate your CV, calibrate your goals, calibrate also your course selection so that you can achieve those goals after you graduate from SKK GSB. Next slide. Also, what makes SKK GSB exceptional is that we have truly a cutting-edge curriculum. So what we do is we update our curriculum on a yearly basis, and we make sure to focus on the topics that are the hottest, the most important, the most interesting out there in the job markets, and topics and skills that companies really care about. And as of course you're aware, today or nowadays it is a time that businesses face unprecedented disruption out there in the economy, from artificial intelligence, from digital transformation, which is everywhere, from shifting global dynamics, competitive dynamics, but also political dynamics. So companies today, they need MBA graduates, they need future leaders that are not just individuals that know academic frameworks, but that can truly showcase that leadership quality and that can be truly agile, that can be truly data savvy, that can be capable of solving real world problems. So the future of business, it really demands professionals that can integrate AI-driven insights, that can navigate uncertainty, and that can make strategic decisions that drive meaningful innovation. That is why at SKK GSB, our curriculum has shifted to focus a lot more on digital transformation and on AI and data analytics. So these are really the core of our curriculum, and these prepare our students, you if you join, for a world that is changing rapidly and where AI and digital transformation is everywhere and is becoming the main driver of success for businesses and eventually also for profits for businesses. And we do not just focus on the theory about these things, we focus much more on action-based learning. So, of course, there is some theory that it is important, it is useful to know, but we also go and apply these concepts, these ideas, these developments into real life cases. And this can be case studies that you will examine in class. This will also come to you through guest speakers that come to present their companies or their work at SKK GSB. This also will come to you through other means, as for example, simulations in class or projects that you will do for actual real companies and real problems that these companies face. So what really makes SKK GSB number one is that first of all, it has this cutting edge curriculum that focuses on real problems, on modern problems, and that changes together with changes in the economy and changes in technology, and so that you will learn about these things from some of the leading experts in these fields, in their respective fields. Next slide, please. So here you can see some of the professors that you will be taking classes from if you join SKK GSB. And as I was saying earlier, the majority of the faculty are international. They come from countries other than Korea. And everybody has a PhD from some of the top of the leading institutions of the world. So all of our faculty have spent significant time outside Korea, mostly in US, but also elsewhere in Europe or in leading countries in Asia. So everybody is truly knowledgeable, truly an expert in their respective fields. Next slide. And I was also saying earlier about, saying about our study abroad program and our dual degree program. So SKK GSB prides itself also of the really wide network of top schools that we have partnered with. So in your second year, in your last semester, you will have the opportunity to go and study abroad at one of these partner institutions of ours. You can see some of the names here, and you probably recognize some of these names here because indeed they are leading institutions in the respective countries or in the respective continents. So in the Americas, in US, we have a long-lasting relationship with the Indiana University Kelley School of Business, but also with Dartmouth Tuck and the University of California, Irvine, and in Europe, some of the leading schools, like for example, IE Business School, and also in Asia, some of the leading Asian schools in China, in Hong Kong, and also in Singapore. Next slide. Now, another important thing at SKK GSB is our dual degree programs. And if you choose to follow one of these dual degree programs, then after 2 semesters at SKK GSB, so after 1 year at SKK GSB, you will do 1 more year at our partner institution and eventually graduate with 2 degrees, one from SKK GSB, one from our partner institution. And you can choose to do a dual degree with the Kelley School of Business. In that case, you will get an MBA from SKK GSB and 1 more MBA from the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. Or you can choose to do a double degree with the EDEC Business School in France. In that case, you will get an MBA from SKK GSB and you will get a master's from EDEC. Some of our students, especially those that have been interested in finance, have chosen to go to EDEC for a second year, which is actually known in France for a very rigorous and strong program in finance. Now, the third option here, the joint JD MBA program with Indiana University, this is something that is not open actually to you if you enter through SKK GSB. It is something that you need to enter through Indiana University. But this is interesting because, first of all, it is the first such program in Korea, a joint JD and MBA. But it also means that when you come to SKK GSB, you might have some classmates that are actually lawyers or are doing their law studies in Indiana, and they come for 1 year to SKK GSB to gain an MBA. And that's another factor that also adds a lot to the diversity of the program, to the international character of the program, but also in the diversity in the backgrounds of our students. Next slide. Now, if we go deeper into some of the key features of the program at SKK GSB, of the full-time program, first of all, we have a number of scholarships that Sarang will be talking more about later, but these are also calibrated to the different needs of different students. We are also offering, starting this current year, the option for students that want to accelerate their studies to complete their MBA in just 1 year. This allows you to minimize the time that you take away from work. That allows you to complete the MBA quickly and go back to work. And as I was also saying earlier, we have had already for a number of years a focus on AI and business analytics. This coming year, we will be changing again our curriculum so that we can focus even more on these topics that are really hot right now in the job market, that are really transforming the way that the economy and modern business operates. Next slide. Now, let's go and see a little bit more about the specific features of the program and what exactly to expect in terms of the program. So I think it's important to say that everything that we do at SKK GSB is done in English. So all classes are done in English, all teamwork is done in English, all the interaction with the professors is done in English. And that, first of all, makes it very inclusive for all of our international students, but that's also a great opportunity to prepare yourselves for a globalized business world where, of course, the main language is English. Now, the program that you will be entering, it is the full-time MBA. Classes are, it's a full-time program, which means that you can expect to have classes every day during the week. Most of the classes run from Monday to Thursday. On Fridays, usually we have some other activities. We might have some guest speakers or some special lectures or some special classes that also add a lot to the MBA experience. I will be talking about these a little bit more later. Now, depending on whether you choose to do the 1 year program or the whole 1.5 year program, well, you will start in August, but then you'll either graduate or finish with your studies 1 year later in August, or you will go until December the year after. So basically, the program lasts either 12 or 18 months, depending on your preferences. And the class size is quite small, so we expect about 40 students per cohort. It's usually a little bit lower, but this is more or less the approximate size. That means that you get to know all of your classmates personally. That also means that there's quite some interaction between students and professors. You basically get to know also your professors personally. So there's a lot of mentoring, there's a lot of information that comes to you from professors, not just in the classroom, but also to the extent that you're interested or that you want. You can also approach these professors after class and have them to answer any of your questions or get any information or discuss any topics that you want to discuss with them also outside of the classroom. Next slide. Now, some of the statistics of our program, as you can see, it is quite balanced in terms of gender. It's quite balanced also in terms of international versus Korean students. And of course, I believe that this diversity and this balance also in the backgrounds, it adds a lot to the experience of the MBA studies. Now, the average work experience of this current batch that just entered this August, it is 6.5 years, but there is quite some variance. So there's people that have very little experience, maybe 1 to 2 years. There's also people that have much more experience, in some cases up to 15 years. So there's quite some variance again in the background of the students, which I believe again enriches also the environment, enriches the class, because you get to see all these people coming from very different backgrounds, that everybody has something to say. Everybody has some experiences or some different angles, some different information to contribute to the class experience and the class discussion. Next slide. Now, how the program is structured. So you will be entering in August. You will have a couple of weeks of a boot camp, which is actually not on this slide, which will be the basic skills that you need to enter the program. And after that, you will have 3 semesters. First of all, the fall semester. Here you can see that you'll be taking only core courses actually. And the way that semesters are structured is that we have 2 modules, so F1 and F2, for example, in the fall semester. These are 6 weeks long, and usually you will be taking 4, maybe 5 courses per module. In between, we have the intensive week. The intensive week is 3 weeks long, and what you do here is you take 1 week of courses, of just one course. So for a whole week, you focus on just one course. After that, you have 1 week of a break. And after that, you have 1 more week when you focus on just one course. So in the regular module periods of 6 weeks, you have usually 4 courses. In the intensive weeks, you only take 1 course for a whole week. In the spring semester, you will have a mix of core courses and elective courses. Again, the same structure. So 6 weeks of the first module, then 3 weeks of the intensive modules in between, and 6 weeks of the second module. After that, at the end of the year of the 2 semesters, we will have the global experience. For a number of years now, that has been a global field trip where we take the class to another country. For example, last year we went to Cambodia. This year we will see. We might go to China or Vietnam to see how business is conducted in those countries, or what exactly might be the challenges or the opportunities in different economies. And at least to a large extent, the focus has been either on sustainability or on seeing how countries that are maybe at a lower level of economic development, how exactly business is done in those countries. Now, after that, if you're in the 1-year program, you will continue with more courses through summer semester. And here, again, you will have 6 weeks of the summer module, and then the summer intensive week. So the idea here is that you will complete 9 credits during summer. That allows you to complete the whole program by August, and basically in 1 year, you're done with the whole program. Now, that is the case of the 1-year program. Now, let's go and see how that changes if you want to do the entire duration, so the standard 1.5 year program. So let's move to the next slide. So as you can see, the only thing that changes here is that after the global experience, you have the summer off. Many people choose to do internships. That's always a good idea. That gives you some experience. That also brings connections that you can then leverage once you start looking for a job. And then after the summer, you come back for your fall semester. And if you stay at SKK GSB, then the structure is pretty much the same as in other semesters: 6 weeks of one module, 3 weeks of intensive, 6 more weeks. Or you can choose to go for the study abroad program, in which case you go to one of our partner institutions for that last semester. Or you can choose to go to the dual degree program, in which case you go to one of our partner institutions for 1 entire year. Next slide. And here you can see some of the courses that you can expect, especially in your first semester. So when you come in August, we will have, first of all, the boot camp, so a couple of weeks of boot camp and information sessions. And after that, we start with the semester. So the fall 1 module, then the intensive week, then fall 2, and pretty much spring is the same. And you can see here that we have a number of core courses in these semesters. We have the standard business core that will provide you with all the skills and all the knowledge that is necessary for an MBA student to have. For example, I just finished teaching our students competitive strategy, which is in fall 1, or has been so far in fall 1. It will be in fall 2 actually. Well, it is here listed as strategic management in fall 2, but we're also focusing a lot more starting next year on the AI and analytics core. So on top of the 3 courses in the business core that you have in F1 and F2, you will also have one core course in AI and analytics, so business analytics in F1 and AI in business in F2. In the spring semester, after you have completed the business core, you can take elective courses based on your specific preferences, but there are still some core courses from the AI analytics core that we expect all of our students to take. So in spring 1, we have generative AI in business, and then in spring 2, we have corporate strategy and how that has changed in the age of AI. Next slide. Now, one more thing that we have at SKK GSB is the option for students to follow a career-oriented track that prepares them for the specific career that they want, that equips them with the specific skills that will be required in the specific career that they have chosen. And here, as you can see, there are 3 tracks that you can choose from. So first of all, the AI and business analytics track that has been quite popular, actually increasingly popular over the last few years. Or you can choose to focus on finance or alternatively marketing. Now, I need to stress here that choosing a track, that's up to you. This is optional. This has to do with the degree to which these tracks reflect your career preferences. You can also choose not to follow a track, in which case you just do a more general MBA. You can choose whichever courses you want, whichever courses you believe that fits your interests and your future career goals. But let's go and see a little bit more about each one of these tracks and what exactly to expect. So next slide. So starting here with the AI and business analytics track, as I was saying at the very beginning of this presentation today, this is an area in which there is more and more demand from businesses, given the digital transformation of the modern economy, given the increasing importance of AI, of data, eventually of analytics. This is something that companies these days, they're really looking for people that understand these topics and understand these topics not just theoretically, but can also have practical skills in making sense of data and then applying these learnings from data to devising strategy for companies. And you can see here a number of courses, well, a sample actually of courses and course names that you can expect to see when you come to SKK GSB. Of course, this is subject to change, but this is pretty much the list of courses that you can expect. And if you want to complete the AI and business analytics track, then you need to choose 6 of these courses. Which ones, that is up to you, but you need to complete at least 6 of these courses if you want to specialize in the AI and business analytics track. Next slide. Now, alternatively, if you want to specialize in finance, here is a list of courses that you can expect to see in finance. And again, you need to choose 6 of these courses if you want to fulfill the requirements of the finance track. Of course, finance, that's also a career choice that is quite popular. There is always demands in the finance sector. So for those of you that are interested in finance, in investments or in finance within big companies, this might be the track to specialize in. Next slide. And last, marketing. Again, a number of courses that you can expect to see in marketing, from which, again, you will need to choose 6 if you want to specialize in marketing. And marketing is also, of course, a very interesting track for those that are interested in that specific topic. Lots of opportunities in businesses, both big businesses and smaller businesses. An important thing to keep in mind, of course, is that marketing has also been changing over the last few years. So data and digitalization have also become much more important in marketing. So regardless of which track you choose, understanding data, understanding AI, understanding the role that digitalization plays in the modern economy is going to be very important. So you might have noticed if you went through the course list that some of the courses are in multiple tracks. So there is definitely overlap also in the knowledge that you need to acquire. So these tracks are not necessarily mutually exclusive in terms of knowledge. It is important for an MBA really, for an MBA student and MBA graduate to really get a holistic understanding of all of these different topics. Next slide. Now, if you choose to stay at SKK GSB for the whole year and a half, then in your last semester, so in the second year, you will also be required to take the applied business project class. And what we do in the applied business project class is that we form teams of students, and then we have clients, that is external companies or sometimes our alumni, bring to us real business problems. So all these people, like our alumni or external clients, they work at real businesses, they face real business problems every day. So they come to our students or the teams of our students, and these teams act as business consultants, working closely with these clients and trying to solve the problems that these clients are facing. So what the Applied Business Project does is it asks you as MBA students in your second year, when you already have lots of knowledge from your classes, it asks you to go and apply this more theoretical knowledge to an actual, a real life business problem. So it really gives you this hands-on experience on how exactly to take all these learnings from in the classroom and apply them to a real business problem. So this is something that, especially when students go on the job market, especially when students go for interviews, this is something that interviewers, companies find really interesting, because this is something that allows you to showcase that you actually have this real life experience, you have this understanding of how business actually works. Next slide. Now, I have been talking about the courses that you can expect to see at SKK GSB, and courses are important. That is where lots of knowledge comes from, but an MBA experience is not just about courses. It's also about many other types of experience. It is about talking to guest speakers, talking to industry people. It is about understanding and learning about developments in the economy or in the society. And it's also important to network. It's important really to go out there and meet people, leaders in the economy, leaders in the society, but pretty much anyone, because you never know where opportunities eventually will come from. So in addition to classes, we, as I was saying earlier, we do bring in a number of guest speakers. We have, for example, the Investing in Climate, Investing in Growth Forum, where we bring some of the industry leaders to tell us more about developments that have to do with sustainability or with investing actually in climate change or in preventing climate change. I already mentioned the global experience, the global field trip, but we also focus on things as, for example, the Sustainability Academy and understanding what sustainability means, both in what comes to climate, but also in what comes to economy and what comes to society. And we do bring in all kinds of leaders, global leaders, from all kinds actually of backgrounds and on all kinds of different but up to date and important in business society topics to bring their knowledge, to bring their experience to our students. Next slide. And An MBA, well, again, studying is important, but an MBA is never just about studying. It is an intensive year in your life or an intensive year and a half in your life. So social life is also very important. Well, sports are definitely important. So keeping this work-life balance is going to be very important. And as a school, we do pay attention to that as well. So throughout the year, there are a number of activities that we organize, we host, we support among our students or between students and alumni, or more generally, the SKK GSB community. So last Sunday, 2 days ago, for example, we had the Run Together activity where students and alumni got together, and staff and faculty actually as well, all got together to run together. We have a number of happy hours that brings together all the students in the school. But we also have alumni events or reunion parties that bring together not just our current students, but also our alumni so that we can foster really a vibrant community and we can help our students, but also our alumni to broaden their networks, to get knowledge from those that might have gone before them, but eventually also to get opportunities from people that come from all kinds of different walks of life and that come from all kinds of different backgrounds. Next slide. Okay.